Hey y'all, I'm gonna show you the camera that's inside the truck. Okay, and y'all don't judge a Beanie Baby. I'm not usually into stuffed animals, but it looked like a damn Cocker Spaniel, and that's what I want to get. Ugh, yeah, I did. I took a shower last night. There's the camera. This was the camera right here. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? That's the camera. That's the new Beanie Baby. I ain't never had a Beanie Baby, but I figured I saw him in the truck stop, and I was like, let's see if he closes to get better light. There we go. Let me see if I can do that again, because I don't know if y'all saw everything, because the light is so weird. Um, this is the camera. Y'all can see that. That's inside the truck. Y'all see it's taped off. I'll talk about that in a minute. That thing looks like, doesn't it look like Cocker Spaniel? It look like Cocker. I'm getting a Cocker Spaniel, so I just got it. Anyway, I'm using the old phone right now. This phone, it doesn't shake as much as the new phone. The new phone shakes. I got a shower last night. I kind of did the hair. I didn't comb it. I just put the gel in and it curls up. So let me see if I open it. It does that block out. Oh yeah, it's too much sun. I'm in San Diego, California at the Pilot over here. I mean, I'm right on the damn border. I'm right. Exit like 6 or 7. I'm right off the border. Because I think I got off at exit 6 on 905 or whatever it is. 905, I think it is. I got off at exit 6 to do my delivery. And most of my load was going into Mexico. So they unload my truck, and then I guess they put it on a truck to go to Mexico. So exit 7, they said I guess you could swish off to the border. I did some Mexican food yesterday off of Roach Coach or Mariscos, however you say it. And I had was it seafood, the seafood cup. I love the Mexican seafood cocktail. And then I had I like birria tacos, so, and I'm hoping this is right. Birria tacos are goat meat. I love goat meat. We had a church we went to, and there was a Mexican family there, and they used to do goat meat. They would put the goat in the ground and cook it, and that was my first introduction to goat meat. I ate so much goat meat, I was like this, in pain. That stuff was so good. And then I did lingua, which is beef tongue. So I had that, the 2 tacos. I had 2 of those and 3 of the birria. The birrias were off the chain. Very meaty, very good. I think I'm going to do sushi today. I found a sushi place that looks interesting. So I'm probably going to get a lift from here because I'm doing a 34-hour reset. What I got to do though right now, the bed, I need to wash sheets. And I got a few clothes. Not a lot because I got a whole bag of clothes I got to put up from the last time I did laundry. So I probably have maybe, with the sheets, a load. I don't know, maybe 2. And they have a wash here at the Pilot Flying J. They don't have any other major truck stops. I think they have a couple other truck stops that I saw, but I didn't know if they had showers, and I paid for a shower here last night, which was like 12 bucks. And I did my shower last night. It was okay. Water wasn't as hot as I would like, but it was okay. I got clean. That's all I cared about. And then I'm going to go in here and do this laundry, and then at lunchtime I'm going to go get me some lunch over at where is that lunch at? I'm thinking I might go to a sushi place. There's a Mexican restaurant here, but I had Mexican food yesterday, so I really am leaning towards sushi. And I found a sushi place that looks interesting. So it's, be about $6 to $7 to take me there. $6 to $7 to bring me back. I'll talk about the camera on board, and actually JC Elect, good video. I don't know if I'm going to put a link to that here, but if you go to JC Elect's page, he does some videos on some things and experiences he had in trucking. I actually enjoyed this one a lot. He actually called one of the major carriers, and I can't talk a lot about that company on here because I have family that works for them. And so, but he did a major call. He did a call to them to find out if they wanted experienced drivers or not. And it was an interesting conversation. Let me see if how I can round about talk about it, because there were things that they said in there that I'm going to tell you. And actually, I'm going to do this general. Let me do this general. So he asked some questions when he called the company. He told them I have 21 years of driving experience. I have all my endorsements pretty much. They asked him, do you have any criminal background? What bothered me was that they didn't know who UPS was. That was one of the companies he mentioned, FedEx, UPS. But at the end, they end up using UPS, FedEx as an example in the conversation, which was totally bizarre to me. It told me a lot about their recruiters, because that means a recruiter is probably somebody who's in a call center who has absolutely no freaking clue Ask anything about trucking, what trucking does, has a very general knowledge, and doesn't understand it. And this was a recruiter. They began to tell him that they were paying an astrological amount of money that they do not pay their existing drivers, to my knowledge, with experience, unless you've been there and you've earned that over the years. I do know they've had some pay increases, several within the last few months, and I think that's because of a lack of retention of drivers right now. They have a huge turnover, probably because some of the things they're going through on a corporate level. Trying to think, because I have cousins that are there. They mentioned the division, and that they were paying extra for it, which told me and answered some questions I had, that there was a higher turnover probably in that division. Probably because of how it's been run, based on my conversation with family. It's a very good video. It is a very good video. He asked about, because he wanted to have his own truck, and he wanted to be an owner-op, and they told him he'd have to come in as a company for a while to avoid paying the down payment if he wanted to go lease. And so he asked about what the down payment was. The recruiter couldn't tell him that, gave him some number that I think he's just pulling out the crack of his butt because he really didn't know. And it was kind of disconcerting listening to some of it, because like I said, the recruiter he was talking to, I could tell within a few minutes, I'm like, you need to hang up the phone. This guy has no clue about you, about the industry, nothing. If they did tell you pay, get that in writing, and I highly doubt that they'll put it in writing, knowing that company, because I don't know that you really will walk in the door at that money. I'll be shocked if you do. Because they can tell you one thing over the phone. I can tell my family member they went in and they didn't get what they were told. I'm just going to tell you that. So make sure you get it in writing. So that was one good comment that he made in the video. He's like, can I get that in writing? Because that's more than what I'm getting boop-de-boop-de-boop. Also, when you're talking to these companies, right now, a lot of trucking companies think it's just throwing money at you. But it is a lot more than just throwing money at you. It is about your experience. I should be able to run a refrigerator in here. I should be able to put a microwave in here. And if I want a TV, I should be able to put it. I'm a human being. These are just standard things in our society today. I should be able to cook on this truck safely. And have a good inverter, be able to idle the truck, things of that nature. You need to find out if the company offers you that. You also need to ask about, do you guys offer personal conveyance? Meaning, if I have to go to Walmart, if I have to go to a doctor's appointment, if I want to go see a movie on my downtime, on my 34-hour reset, can I go to a hotel using personal conveyance? See, right now, honestly, I should be able to lock this trailer, drop my trailer, bobtail over, and get sushi. But the company I work for doesn't give me personal conveyance. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm a human being, so I'm stuck sitting here at this truck stop unless I decide to lift over and pay and waste more money. You want me, I want to make money, yes, but I also want some modern conveniences. If you guys see the smoke in the background, I like incense, so I have an incense burning right there. I don't know if y'all can pick up some of the smoke going on in the background, but I like incense, and I think it helps make the truck smell good after a while. Because being closed up in this truck, we got our humanness, which don't always smell the best. Anyway, the camera inside the truck. Let me go ahead and deal with that real quick. And JC, look, I'm going to be sending you a background video about that vid you did. I can't really get into a lot of detail, but I'm going to respond to, because you have a lot of stuff in there that I can respond to, based on some family and some things I know on that company. Just saying. I'm just saying. This was turned off in the truck because it was never clear to me, but when I first came to the company, they had these cameras on the inside of the truck. I don't like cameras on the inside of the truck. I think the cameras on the inside of the truck is crazy as hell. I have no problem with the cameras on the outside of the truck. I think that's good. But this right here, to me, is to spy on you, the driver. And it's really, to me, a way for the company to look for any reason they want to possibly get rid of you. It's also, if an accident happens, to justify and put more onus on you, the driver, and take less onus off the company. That is what these cameras, in my humble opinion, do. I don't like them, and I have a problem with companies that have them inside the truck. Number one, in a sleeper truck, I have a problem because of, you saw where it faces, it's sitting on the dash. It faces this area. You see I close curtains off in the front. So when I get dressed at night, obviously we all get nude at night in order to put our pajamas on or whatever you wear to bed, or if you don't wear nothing to bed. That's your personal, becomes a personal space. This is an invasion of my personal space. If I'm driving down the road and God forbid I'm going to poke a booger out my nose, I'm just saying, I'm just being facetious, I'm not going to do that, I have Kleenex up above. But I decide to blow my nose, you got people pick the boogers out their nose. They watching that. If you're eating a sandwich or sunflower seeds or whatever, they're watching that. To me, this right here is just, it was total violation of privacy. And I can tell you they lost a lot of drivers. In my orientation, when they were introducing it, I was quiet because I already knew I had zero intentions on staying with this company for a long period of time. Based on, I mean, and I came back to them because I knew how they operated. That's just honesty. I knew, because I worked for them before, I knew how they operated. They're a very methodical company. They have a methodology to what they do, and the methodology is always to benefit them and to basically not benefit you. However, now they are scrambling right now to keep drivers. We just got messages about pay increases. Yesterday they given us another, I think 2 or 3 cents raise. I can't remember. It's gonna bump me up into the 40s now, the 40-some cents a mile. Like 41, 42 cents a mile, something like that. Okay, yeah, like 41 cents a mile. Okay, and it should hit this paycheck coming up. He did that. They did a video. He did a conference call to send it out to all the trucks that this was happening. And then based on some recent information I got, it makes sense because they've had a huge turnover. Because now they're begging. In the video, they also, in the conference, they also asked us to recruit people we knew. Again, this is where companies mess up. You need to ask me, the driver, what do I want? Yes, money is one of them, but I want this idle shit gone. I want a better inverter. Well, like I said, I could probably work with the inverter if the idle shit was gone. That's really, the idle shit is really irritating. That's irritating, and I want personal conveyance. That's huge for me. They haven't asked us what I want. They're just throwing money at it because that's what they think it is. It's a lot more than just money being thrown at it. And you also, normally they'll get their favorite drivers, probably, if they are asking any drivers for opinions. You need to get someone from all areas. You need to get the angry ones, you need to get the mediocre ones, and you need to get the ones who are good, and see what the consensus is of what they want. That's just a corporate way of handling it. I gotta do this, y'all. He is cute, ain't he? They look like a Cocker Spaniel in the face. And they got the little Cocker Spaniel tail. Because Cocker Spaniel's tail is dark. When I saw they had the long ears like the Cocker, and it had the little tail. And I was like, it's a Cocker Spaniel. Only ears that it doesn't have it wavy, but it's like a shaved Cocker Spaniel. It could be like a fat wiener dog shit, I don't know. They look like Cocker Spaniel in the face. That's Cocker Spaniel. It's kind of cute. Yeah. Anyway. And I don't like Beanie Babies. That's the thing. It just reminded me of a Cocker Spaniel. I just had to get it. Anyway, kind of a vision thing. This is a stuffed one, but I'm gonna get another real one. And my girl was chocolate. She was chocolate. He's a chocolate one too. They turned off these cameras in this truck because they were losing drivers. Okay, from what I understand. When I came back in October, the camera was on inside the truck. Sure, when I got back out here after fracturing the ankle, I had heard the cameras was turned off, and actually it was a YouTuber who had worked for the company, who no longer works for the company, who said they were turning the cameras off, and they had turned them off. When I got into Trainer Bill's truck, because he went from owner op to come back to company, he had his taped off with a little duct tape, and he had a little piece of cloth underneath it, I guess, because they said they didn't want folks messing up the camera part, because when they go to take these out and turn them back in. I don't know, because I'm trying to figure out what's taking so long to take them out and turn them back in. Trucker Bill said his company, Black Horse, does this too. They have cameras inside the truck. I also noted a driver that I watched that made the comment about his friend, good luck, whatever. He left the trucking company he was at because he went to another truck company. They had the cameras, they were putting the cameras inside his truck. And he said, to me, you can't trust me to be the professional driver that I am. And I like that statement because that's really what it is. operating this inside of here, that's on me. You should be able to tell from the outside camera what I'm doing. If I'm weaving all over the damn road, then I ain't paying attention. Use the outside camera. But in here watching me eat a hamburger, eat a fry, pick my nose, get undressed, sleep, snore, fart, go to use my porta potty, I have a problem with that. I do. And I really have a problem. This to me was more stressful because you're going to be so cognizant, mindful of people watching you, that to me that can cause more of an accident than anything. You're going to be all, worried about Sally Sue watching you, and you simply trying to do your damn job. And so this to me was very obnoxious. So I'm happy they turned it off, but that was the internal camera. JC Elect, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to private a video to you later. I haven't done it yet. And kind of deal with some of the things that I know on that call you did. And again, if you guys watch that video and you decide that is a company you're going to, make sure that if you do have experience, and even if you don't, get in, see if they will give you in writing. Because to me, you should be able to put in writing what you actually going to pay me, if that's what you're going to pay me. But I'm going to tell you that my family members, I have a couple family members that are there. One of them's the owner op, one of them's a company. The company driver, they did not get the money that they told me they was getting. Initially, they didn't. I'm just saying. So, that ain't necessarily true. Also, ask some other questions. You need to make a list of what you want as a driver. If you want personal conveyance, if you want to know if they have this idle craziness, you need to make a list and decide what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. I'm just saying. Peace out.